Okay, guys, good day. So previously we have discussed the modes of, the major modes in affecting business combination. Okay, for today we'll be uh, moving into the accounting for business combination as of the date of acquisition. Okay, so as you can see in my screen, these are the accounting procedures using acquisition method. Okay, so as we have discussed previously, we have uh, two major methods in acquisition method, which is the asset acquisition and the stock acquisition. Correct. And right. So for the acquisition method, the first step is, as previously discussed, is to identify the acquirer, determine the acquisition date, recognize and measure identifiable assets acquired, liabilities assumed, and lastly, recognize and measure goodwill or gain from bargain purchase. Ah. So, wait lang. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! To the magic of the moment. Oh, thank you guys, thank you. And so for asset acquisition, for the acquisition method, yan. Sorry, medyo maingay yung aking background. Yan. For the children of two. Thank you guys, thank you. Small things. Yan. Okay guys, so let's continue. So measurement period for the assets acquired and liabilities assumed ends as soon as the acquirer obtains enough information to finalize the provisional amounts, but in any event does not exceed 1 year from the date of acquisition. So that was mentioned in our previous discussion, right? So for special accounting considerations, we have the contingent considerations. One is if at acquisition date, fair value is uh, reliably, reliably determined. So we have to accrue and provide a provision. Okay, thus the contingent consideration is included in the computation of goodwill. Yeah, so we will understand this more as we move through the process. Okay? Yan. So next, for the entry to record the contingent consideration, the pro forma entry would be debit goodwill, credit estimated liability for contingent consideration. Okay? Then, if at acquisition date, fair value cannot be reliably estimated, so dinidisclose lang natin. Then, subsequently, account as follows. So, if it subsequently becomes due and demandable because of conditions already existing at the acquisition date, then the contingent consideration is treated as a retroactive adjustment to goodwill. So, ayun nga. Yung kanina, if the fair value is reliably determined. Okay? For letter B, if the fair value cannot be reliably estimated, so we just need to disclose. But in case the uh, the conditions already existing at the acquisition date, contingent consideration is already treated as a retroactive adjustment to goodwill. Yes, that's correct. Thank you guys, thank you. Naitawid, naitawid. Okay? So for the pro forma entry, uh, to recognize the goodwill or to adjust the goodwill would be debit goodwill, credit estimated liability for contingent consideration. So that would be our pro forma entry for that. Right? Right? Yeah. So if it becomes due and demandable due to meeting of future conditions, um, so the pro forma entry would be debit loss of contingent consideration, credit estimated liability for contingent consideration. Right, right, right. So observe that the contingent consideration that became due and demandable was recorded as an outright expense. Okay, so no adjustment was made to the amount of goodwill previously recorded. Right, right. Yan. Okay, baby, say hello. Hello. Okay. Yeah. So the pro forma entry to record the contingent consideration will be as follows: a debit share premium or the API, then credit the estimated consideration, estimated liability for contingent consideration. Right, right, right. Kaya pa ba? Kaya pa? Huy! Okay, so let's move forward. So observe that the contingent consideration that became due and demandable was recorded as a reduction in the share premium or uh, APIC account. Okay, so no adjustment was made to the amount of goodwill previously recorded. So subsequent changes in the fair value of contingent consideration under case A and case B as above. So, accounted for as change in estimates, decrease or increase beyond the measurement period are recorded through profit and loss. Yan. So, the pro forma entry would be debit loss on contingent consideration, credit, estimated liability for contingent consideration. Right, right? Right. So observe that the entry no longer affects the goodwill recorded if the changes in the fair value occurred beyond the measurement period. Okay? Or is a result of meeting future conditions tied to target profit level for case B. Right? So, yan. So, that is the accounting procedure for contingent consideration. Okay, so if you have any questions, clarifications, reactions, please don't hesitate to message me through our LMS group chat or our Facebook Messenger uh, group chat. Okay, thank you guys and see you next meeting. Yeah, thank you, thank you.